and we'll just go live and see what happens. Hello, this is Kevin. This is Black Man Being Brutally Honest on this Sunday night over here. How are you guys doing tonight? Just give myself a couple seconds to stretch my muscles out. Hmm. All right, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. This little broadcast right here, I know it's funny titled, but I just want to really get to the bottom tonight. This will be like a black man centered point of view, something that people tend to say they want, but when you get it, you act like you're not ready for it. Title of this broadcast is "Hoe is short for honeys." And I mean that because of the things, and the experiences that I grew up with, and the things I grew up hearing, and and I hear all these brothers, holding these women to these high standards. All I want to find out is, if you're holding them to high standards, what things are we doing to keep the things, to keep the attitude, the mentality going. Now, what I mean by that is clear, like tonight, what I want to do is I want to see if there is a distinguishment between whole behavior and sexual promiscuity. Can you be sexually promiscuous, without being a hoe, basically? I'm looking forward to tonight's conversation. Let's see a few people get in here. See, we got three already. How are you guys doing? Um, Drinking my coffee. I had a long day, a really long day, and only thing I could think about was doing a show tonight. I like doing shows like this. They're very fun. I've been having fun the past few Sunday nights. Really, it's been a blast, and I want that to continue. Also, if we get a moment tonight, we at the Habitual Line Steppers have expanded. Yes, we got two more members, and it's like when they show up, if they show up, or subsequently, I will announce who they are. But it was clarified on the breakdown earlier today. Breakdown on woman's perspective, hosted by Sister George and Concrete Rose. Um, yeah, I was. They had a very interesting conversation. The little bits and pieces that I could catch, but no one really offered any. Like, if I would have got on there today, I would have probably tried to get some clarity on the distinguishment between whole behavior and sexual promiscuity. I mean, is there a distinguishment? A lot of people don't think so. I mean, I'm one of the ones that happen to think that yes, there might be a bit of a distinguishment, because one of them does involve personal gain, and one can lead to destruction and to disaster. And you know, hopefully by the end of this broadcast, everything will be clear. So, just a couple things. Let me talk about something real quick. But just hoping that everybody's had a great weekend. Hopefully the coronavirus ain't got y'all yet. Everybody's just, oh my god. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking the whole coronavirus thing too lightly. I mean, I just don't. I'm not worried about it. I'm just not worried about it at all. I mean, I go to the grocery stores. The hand sanitizer is gone. The wipes. I mean, they got the big packs of wipes out because all the little ones are gone. The Lysol antibacterial spray is gone, and it's got everybody shook. But a lot of people don't. They're not looking into the facts. Like, first of all, like, the people who have died from the coronavirus, or um, this, they call it something CL-19 or something like that. This strain of coronavirus. Um, all of them have been people over the age of 60. People with broken down immune systems. If you're pretty healthy, you'll probably get like a little annoyed. Like it'll probably be a sickness that won't go away for a second, but you'll definitely get through it if you're healthy. So, and they're telling people in public, it's like they're telling people in public, is like, just make sure you wash your hands and use hand sanitizer. It's like, if it's that easy, do you really think there's too much to worry about here? If it's that easy. So, my suggestion to everybody is just kind of like, just kind of sit tight. Then, don't worry. Then when it starts like just killing droves of people, then that's when we need to start, screaming and panicking and you know. Um, but for right now, I think that we'll be okay. Um, is definitely causing a difference in movement out there. The It could, like, the fear itself. I think it's a bunch of fear mongering. It could affect the economy in a very negative way, and I don't want to see that happen because there are a lot of people who have industries out there that rely on the income to take care of their families, especially in like the travel industry. It's like the people so scared of the coronavirus they won't even travel. And what people don't understand is those are people with jobs. What if you worked in an industry that was impacted like that and you couldn't make the money to take care of yours? Yeah, you be, I don't know, I guess you be shitting bricks. I mean, but we all, we do what we got to do. We all have to persevere as a people. And it's moments like that that define each and every one of us. Um, with struggle, depending on how you deal with it, will come triumph. I just don't want our people giving up because of a little scare. Uh, some like don't look at people like sneezing like more than two times and then act like the boogeyman coronavirus is gonna get you. I mean, it's silly. it's it's silly and it's funny. It's silly and it's funny at the same time. And I mean, like, it's just that little slice of life that everybody looks for when they're bored. I also seen people with the mask too. I think the masks are pretty silly. Y'all going around here looking like a bunch of Lin Kuei ninjas. And like, from what I from what I hear on the if you're not changing those masks out every I would say few hours, like you got to have a ton of those masks in order for it to be effective. If you're not changing those masks out every few hours, then it's no good. I mean, so if you got that one mask at home you've been wearing every day, you need to just go ahead and throw that shit away. So what
You
up,
talking
Daddy?
about the coronavirus?
Yeah, we're talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah, so you got to get the N95 mask. The N95 pulls out 95% of the bullshit in the air. Otherwise, those little lawnmower masks motherfuckers be wearing, they don't do shit.
Yeah, but because it was like I was listening to the radio this morning and they was just all over it. Coronavirus. It's just like taking all kinds, like they was basically saying what I said earlier. It's like, just use hand sanitizer. I know the hand sanitizer is running out. Just wash your hands. Like common sense stuff. As long it's like they depend on the fact that you're not actually washing your fucking hands and doing things that you've been trained to do ever since you were like a year old.
Well, you know what? My girl is the main one who's agitating me about this shit in my life. She swears up and down antibacterial doesn't do shit because it's viral, yada yada yada. I've had a few arguments with her saying, "Hey, this shit don't affect black people." But as far as the mask, no, I know she wouldn't got an N95.
Oh, she got the real deal.
Yeah, I'm to wear on every occasion. Um, you walk out, put that mask on. Uh, so Um, it's kind of one of them situations where you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But as far as I know, black people ain't catching this.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Donnie. I mean, they even put out a report on Snopes like real quick, like to falsify that claim. Like they want to make sure that they push that narrative hard on everyone. If it's happening to us, it'll happen to y'all too. But it doesn't stop anybody from taking common sense precautions. Like
But you know what? I'm
yeah.
having my phone. I'm gonna holler at you when I get in the car. So give me about
Word,
15.
word, 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 word. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, but like definitely caution is to the wind, especially in my household. My wife is just, I mean, we got cans of Lysol everywhere. It's like the number of cans of Lysol that you have is not going to stop any fucking thing from getting in. But I say it in a nice way. That's the story that I'm giving you guys. But let me give some shout outs. Dead Set Anime, what's going on, guy? The Roger Report, long live the habitual line steppers. The Bunker TV. What's going on with you? Thanks for joining us. Oh, and Reigning Woman as well. Thank you, everyone so far. Think this is going to be a good show. A link is in the chat if you like to join the panel. Let's see. Bunker T. Let's see. Bunker TV. I washed my hands last week. What up, Roger Report? What's going on, DJ Kuda? But anyway, back to the topic at hand. I know he said he talking about the coronavirus and he talking about who is short for honeys. Yeah, it's. I mean, I just want to know what our part in it was. Our part as it is. We got to have full clarity, and I'm giving this like a couple hours. So strap in. But my argument basically is this: I think that men have done a lot. I don't think that we are personally accountable for anyone's decisions that they decide to make personally. But we do a lot to encourage it, though. As people who as the OnlyFans people. I mean, wow. Like I mean, I know y'all have heard about that. I mean, I've heard a little bit about it, but basically, all their videos got released to the public. Hacker or something. Uh, so everybody's passing around the OnlyFans videos, but like they were getting paid. And I mean, what can you tell people like that after they receive so much treatment, so much of that treatment? You can't tell them shit. You can't tell them a damn thing. I mean, you can try, but they're gonna be like, okay, well, this 18,000 that I made this month says that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, it's like I mean, for real, it's like you hit a lick like that. Would you exploit it? Like, think about it. Think about it. Oh yeah, Roger will be joining us in a few minutes. Yeah, we'll really get this ball rolling then. But still though, it's like some of them girls was making bank. And then you got some of them, some people out here telling them that, oh, you can't be hoes. I mean, what? Why? Why? I mean, I guess unless you have okay, DJ Kuda. Oh man, I love that avatar. What's going on, guy?
Hold on, my bad. I got the audio playing in the background. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, man? First time up, man.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Man, another day, same dollar, man. Try to make a bad bitch holler.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I made it another week without the coronavirus.
Yeah, man.
So knocking on wood.
Hey, they say black people don't have it. All the people that have it, they're white or some shit. Or
Yeah.
another race.
And like I said, they put it They put it on Snopes already, so they want to make sure that you guys know.
Yeah. Yeah. But y'all don't have to do anything more different than what y'all do. Just practice more clean habits, wash your hands, stay out of places where a whole bunch of people will be, buy a plague mask, all kinds of shit.
Yeah. Let's just act like we taking it serious,
Right,
like
right,
we care.
right.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
keep them from stop all this clarity. Because I figured like this, man, they gonna find one of us for real if we keep going with that, and they gonna shoot him up with all kinds of coronavirus, and then when he dies, they're like, see. But
Yeah, but it's always a new virus every year that causes a scare just to get people to go to the stores and start, like they said Clorox is up 9% in the stock market. Hand sanitizer has been selling out. I mean, all that shit. They done jacked up the price on half of that shit. So it's like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, everybody can make a come up at any given time, depending
Yeah,
on what they're
man.
pushing the news.
Yeah, man. I need to download this Robinhood app and start making my moves real quick before, everything the stock market gets back on point. So, and now is the best and probably the worst time to buy stocks. But hey, get into it.
Buying stocks is a risk anyway. So
Yeah. Go lose some money. Shit. Find out how the shit works, This is the best time.
take a good gamble.
Yeah. I mean, any man that ever had anything worth having it took a risk. So
Okay.
So what's going on? What's the topic for tonight's show?
The topic for tonight's show is "Ho is short for honeys."
Ho is
basically
short for
we're
honeys.
going to yeah basically we're going to explain how much of this quote unquote whole culture is our fault and our responsibility. Not so much. I like I said, I threw out a disclaimer.
Okay.
Like people are responsible for their own shit. Nothing is at the end of the day is really anybody else's fault if you made the choice to do it. But how much justifying that we did, and I made the point of bringing up the OnlyFans thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
how much money those girls are making from that shit.
Are we taking this this from like as men or from a woman's standpoint, or how do we feed into
that? If and when a female joins this panel, then it'll be from a woman's standpoint. Yes,
okay.
We are men, so
all right, yeah, all right. Well, shit, we can get into the game that way. I ain't nothing wrong with that.
So
yeah, hell yeah, we as men, we do feed into this culture, and but there's two things that we need to talk about before we, to lay context before I guess what I would be talking about. One, as a man, you got to understand that especially as a black male, that your sexuality is controlled, and a lot of men are under this pseudo smoke screen that you control your sexuality. It doesn't matter how much times you trick. It doesn't matter how much game you apply. You're not in control of your sexuality until you really walk away and realize where you stood before. Your sexuality, whatever you want, when it comes down to
hold on, let me stop you. When you say sexuality, you mean like level of sexual prowess? Are you talking in that context?
I'm talking about your wildest desires, whatever type of ball that you're trying to throw at these hoes. There's an umpire that's gonna catch it. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
And what I'm saying is that there's a means to an end with whatever you're trying to do, or there is a pseudo means to that end. And depending on your game or whatever you're trying to get done in this game, there's a pseudo means to it. That's the whole purpose of Instagram. That's the whole purpose of broads out here twerking and selling you sex 24/7 hours of the day. I just got off a podcast where I was talking about this. There is no mystery anymore. Technology is here. Female nature is full on display. Half of these women are behaving in a manner that they wouldn't have behaved before when it came to technology and the internet and her just observing other women on Instagram with Fashion Nova outfits on and clocking checks and shit like that. So you think you're in control of your sexual nature, but you're really not. You can get everything off. You can do whatever you want, but it might not be fulfilling to you. And also, when it comes down to women, you're not gonna sexually fucking take no broad out the game. Like it used to be at one point where sex would kind of impress a woman, but it's not really an impressive thing right now. You're not gonna really imprint a woman unless you have some type of exceptional thing that sets you apart from the next man and the next 50 niggas. So I don't know. Y'all can take whatever I said and spin it, but let's chop up some game, I guess. Let's just get into it. Yeah. But I just kind of want to put that out there. So there really isn't no means to an end until you actually sit back and get out of the country and kind of explore elsewhere and see the difference.
Okay. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Shout out to Bunker TV. I saw Raining Woman in the chat. I saw Sister George. Long live the habitual line steppers. But I mean, what we talking about here, kid? What we talking about? These hoes trying to blame me.
Hey, listen, I really got a whole dissertation that I can unpack and unload on that. I just want to say I need about 10 to 15 minutes to get to my car, and then it's on and popping. But I want to put a pin in what the brother just said, because I really want to come back to that. So I'll be back and pop back on when I get a chance to. But please put the pin in that. Y'all remind me if I don't forget. God damn it.
All right, that's a bad. Let's get it.
Okay.
What? So he said. Okay, go ahead.
Now I was saying so we talking about these hoes out here blaming us, talking about we enabling them or encouraging them, or what's going on with this, brother? Just before I go in, let me get a clarification.
We're doing this from a man's perspective.
What role we playing in the shit?
Yeah.
What role?
What is our actual role?
Yeah.
As far as dictating the sexual behavior of women.
Not so much.
Like what role we play that attributes to it? Right. Yeah, that encourages it. Like what attributes to it?
I mean, at the end of the day, ain't nothing you can do. A woman's gonna be the type of woman she wants to be. Point blank. The what you do is basically have influence over the women in your family and your friends who come up around you. That's how you really play into it. Because at the end of the day, when a chick decides she wants to make some money and she gonna use sex to do it, that's something that's gonna happen based on her view of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I
wouldn't say that's what she wants to be, but to a degree, yeah, you're right.
I mean, if she's doing it, she won't it. At the end of the day, I mean, the beautiful thing about a free country is ain't none of us being forced to do stuff we don't want to do. We're looking at options and then choosing for whatever reason what we think is the option that we want to take at that particular moment. So
that's the illusion, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the illusion. Every like I hate to make a point when I say this is like every slave has free will. The illusion is is what you want to do. Like a lot of these bras right now. Let's just look at what we got right now with hoes and technology. Half these broads, they want love. They don't know how to get it, so they go the same route that the next broad that they saw go. You know what I'm saying? So they're out here doing a whole bunch of debauchery and shit. And yeah, she to a certain degree, yeah, she wants to be twerking. She wants to be in the club. She wants to be doing a whole bunch of different shit. But that doesn't help her end game. A lot of these bras, they want to be married, but when she looks at half the shit she's done, it's like, bruh, it ain't about to happen. You're not about to be imprinted. You're not about to have this great ass ending that you think you're gonna have. You've done too much.
So are you refuting that any of these women can change at any time? I mean, what exactly are you saying?
I mean, look, a broad is subjected to change anytime she wants to, but if she puts the miles on her body, that don't mean shit. She can feel whatever she wants to. Like a bitch could say, "Look, I want to fuck the world and not have kids and sleep with all kinds of niggas and have a whole bunch of one night stands." And then one day, her uterus is pounding and shit, and say, "Look, bitch, you gotta have a kid now. There's some shit going on with you." Then she like, "Okay, well, I want to have a kid," but she can't really. You dig what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that goes on. So
but here's the thing. What if she is
I want to get some
like what if
pushback.
she say what?
No,
Well,
I'll let you say, but I want to give some pushback to that. That's all.
yeah, let's
Well,
get
Go
it.
ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's why I'm just throwing
No,
shit
no, no.
out there.
But what if say if a woman is sexually promiscuous, but she has done every fucking thing.
Okay.
She has taken her the right kind of birth control. She makes sure that all the guys use condoms.
Mhm.
I mean, but then she meets that one she wants to marry. You're not saying at that point she might be redeemable?
She
I would
wants
think
to
that
marry,
if
but
she's done everything to take care of herself, like I would say she's a bit redeemable at that point.
I mean,
We can't.
it's up to her, because if she does all of that stuff, and let's say she plays by the book and she textbook,
Yeah, textbook.
she's imprinted herself. Did she save enough of herself to be able to be imprinted by the guy that she wants to be her husband?
All right. Now, see, I look at it. I'm looking at things a little bit different.
Okay.
For me, the women, they don't want to be married. Marriage is something that a lot of them are saving because they couldn't figure out life on the terms they wanted to. So marriage is more of a backup plan for a lot of sisters at the end of the day. If you really want to be married, first of all, you don't go off having sex with a bunch of niggas, because that's not helping you get married. You don't have kids by dudes that's not your husband, because that's not helping you get married.
Okay.
You don't dress like the hoe on a regular basis, because that's not helping you get married.
Right.
You know, the thing is, you can tell what a person's belief system based on what they're actually doing.
Right.
So at the end of the day, these women ain't thinking about no marriage, because they're not behaving in ways that is conducive to getting married. So
Exactly.
they really don't want to be married. So my thing is, they really want to be hoes, and they just feel
Hold
at
up.
this.
Let me stop you right there. Did she
Okay.
start off that way?
Yeah, exactly.
So you mean to tell me she started off not wanting to be married, or did she start off wanting to be married, ended up realizing that she's a hoe, and then realizing, okay, look, marriage ain't gonna happen, so she took that route, and then realized, okay, it's not really realistic, so I'm gonna keep on being a hoe, but in the back of my mind, marriage is gonna be on the back burner.
No, what I'm saying is, women have desires. When they're children, when they're girls, they have a desire. Some is gonna say, "I want to be a hoe." Some is gonna say, "I want to be married." The ones
Okay.
that go after marriage from Jump Street, usually they're not gonna have too much of a time getting married, because they're gonna live a life that's conducive to marriage. Those who chose to be hoes are going to seek they're gonna do hoe activity. Now, what the hoes have an issue with is they run into certain problems, and because they're not going to be responsible enough to just fix it themselves through regular, ordinary hard work, they use marriage as a tool to solve problems. I'll get a man to fix my situation because I don't want to work to fix it myself. So then they'll choose a marriage. But at the end of the day, they never wanted marriage from Jump Street. They wanted the whole lifestyle. That's why they went down that road.
I can see that.
My thing is, yeah, I don't want to confuse the two sections of women. There's girls that grow up and they want to be wives, and there's girls that grow up and they want to
Right.
be hoes. And as soon as they got the ability to do it, that's what they engage in. So marriage is just a backup plan for a hoe that couldn't make it as a hoe. Because when you're a hoe, what do you do when you get old? You see what I'm saying? It's very rare. It's very rare that a hoe will be able to maintain getting certain amounts of money when she goes into old age. That's a very rare thing. What are you gonna do when you're 75 if you've been a hoe your whole life?
It's true.
Yeah. So you know what? Let me get a dude who's willing to marry me, because I can't. I'm not gonna work hard to take care of myself. Not when I'm old. No.
Let me get up out this game real quick.
Yeah, and it's not even that she wants to leave the game. The game don't give her what it used to give her. Right. You see, it's being a hoe. Being a hoe is like a professional athlete.
Right.
You get your biggest value early.
Right. You gotta take advantage of it when it happens, and then not every girl gets into madame status. So yeah,
Yeah. And a lot of women ain't gonna take the money they make to invest it and start some business later on down the road. Just like a lot of professional athletes don't take their money and start a business for later on down the road. It's just they doing stuff on a momentary basis. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that them hoes wanted to be wives. They never wanted to be wives.
right.
They just saying I'll tolerate being a wife in order to be taken care of and have some guy fix my problems. That's all it is. They're tolerating being a wife.
And some
Hey,
wives
let me ask
end up being hoes. That's
Well,
another
they was
side
hoes
of
from Jump
that's
Street.
right. That's
you.
another
Yeah,
side of the
yeah.
game. So some hoes don't get to get about the game.
No, I'm just gonna say some hoes simply get married too.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
all because they know.
yeah. They switch cities, and yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, you think? But you think you gotta be a special kind of guy to get her to calm down? Like,
No,
what are we seeing here?
you just gotta be a guy that's there, because the thing is that yeah, she'll probably get up out the game with you, but does she truly respect you? It's like no, it's like your retirement plan. She's not gonna truly respect
Right.
you, especially if she hiding a lifestyle from you. She can never be fully open with you.
There is nothing my stance is there is nothing you can do to make a woman see you in a different way. Period. People choose to look at you how they choose to look at you. They see what you got going on and they put you in a category. That's just the way it is. That's just life. And there's very little you can do to change somebody else's viewpoint of you.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Hey. Just a second. Just to explain the title of this live. Is "Ho" is short for honeys. That's a Kid Cudi song that I was listening to this morning, and I thought it'd be a great name for a broadcast. So, especially trying to relate to what we're discussing to the title itself. Um, all right. Where else can we go with this one? Oh, Roger, I wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think a woman can be sexually promiscuous and not be a hoe?
I mean, yeah, because you can have sex with the same guy over and over and over again.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Well, so what do you think separates it? Like, what name some of the specific things that separates the two? I would say that like personal gain would probably make her a hoe.
Well, I mean,
Um,
if she's doing it for the money, yeah, she's definitely a hoe. If that's the only thing you're doing it for, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna say women having sex for money is bad, because wives have sex for money at the end of the day.
Right.
But if you're doing it strictly for the money, now you're going into the whole category. If that's the only thing that really makes a difference. Now, I mean, now when you're not loyal to your man, that's where the problem comes in. I always say that women have to display three things in a social contract: be of good character, be good company, but one of the most important things, in my opinion, is loyalty. So if you're sexually promiscuous, I don't care that you want to have sex all the time. You just got a high sex drive. That don't make you a hoe alone. It's the fact you're not being loyal to your man that makes you into the hoe.
I think
See you.
I think the best thing for a woman that's sexually promiscuous is to find a guy that is actually sexually creative, that can sustain her, because the thing is that if she's on the market, she's very promiscuous, it's very likely that she's going to be a hoe looking for another guy that is actually sexually creative, that literally doesn't have anything to do
but
with money.
let's think about that term though. The term in the literal sense, hoe. What do you expect from a hoe?
Well, the
Like
thing the thing
if you want to
about
put
Right.
it that way.
the thing about hoes is that the majority of hoes are literally turned out. Okay. If a girl has somebody that's sexually creative and that does it different types of ways and she's back on the market, this guy has set the bar high. And the thing is that for her to find somebody else out there that could imprint her, or create a situation where she believes, because hoes are subjective. What works for this hoe don't work for the next hoe. Hoes are people too. So you got to understand that what works for this woman doesn't work for the next woman. What satisfied this woman doesn't satisfy the next woman. So, if she's turned out and she's in the streets and she's lost, if she's smart enough, she's gonna do it for the money. But there's always a difference between a human bitch, a hoe, and a whore. Human bitch gonna just do shit for the sake of doing shit. A hoe gonna make sure she get paid every single time, whether she paying somebody else or not.
See, I don't believe any of them are lost. That's my thing. I don't
You don't think they're
have
lost?
no. I don't think they lost at all. I think people
Oh,
are
they lost.
exactly what. No, I think people are exactly where they want to be, and we as a society don't accept that's just where they want to be. When we grow up as kids, we set certain things in our mind about what we want to do when we older. People have dreams. Most dreams will never come true, but we do have dreams. And when we get older, sometimes we change what our dream is, or we come into this reality, well, I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to have to do that. But we think about this stuff when we're children. So if you grow up and you decide to be a hoe, you ain't lost. That's just what you wanted. It's just
See, that's how a guy thinks. A hoe, they go after the next shiny thing that looks like it's gonna pay.
Let's try to keep it on. Let's try to keep it on one label. I would say that let's try not to come up with all these different variations and stuff, because the one thing that I really want us to not do is to try to downgrade people, because this can kind of this is kind of like a very sensitive topic. First of all, bringing out the word hoe is gonna throw some people. Yeah, so make sure that we super clarify everything that we're saying on here.
Well, if you guys want clarity, listen to Lost and Turned Out by the Whispers. Raining Woman, how you doing?
Raining Woman, welcome to the broadcast.
Welcome.
Hi, good evening. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I apologize. Hey, DJ Kudo.
How you doing?
Peace to everyone in the chat. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I apologize because I did miss part of the stream in the beginning and trying to get set up, but I do want to go ahead and piggyback or make a comment on something that Roger said about the women not wanting to be married. And I disagree. I believe that a lot of females want to be married. However, they do not want to be a wife, which is different. And a lot of females have not really been taught or conditioned how to be a wife. And when it comes to being promiscuous and being a hoe, I believe that sometimes they can be intermingled, but they are different. I think that I really believe that, unfortunately, and it is very unfortunate, a lot of females saw and were exposed to so much that, especially in these younger generations, that they have not really been shown to know the difference. And there are many, many, many different things that we can delve into to what contributed to that, and we will be here all night. So I want to try to be as concise and as possible with the dialogue and just kind of follow along. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I would like to say, I don't even want to use the word promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have to look up the definition, but I'm pretty sure promiscuous means you're going to deal with multiple men. My thing is, you can have a high sex drive and deal with just one man. This is having a high sex drive. Nothing wrong with that. It's the issue only comes when you start dealing with multiple men. Now having a high sex drive is not an excuse to be dealing with multiple men. If one man does not have the drive you need, you can just be with a different guy. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes at the end of the day. And there's something called self-control, because we can't have every single thing we want. No, not the richest man on earth has every single thing they want. So you got to trade off certain things.
Absolutely. Kev, please feel free to stop me from jumping in if you want to, say something or comment.
No. What I was about to do is I was about to give a shout out to David Monroe and LaShawn Jefferson in the chat. Thanks for joining us, sirs.
Yeah, shout
But
out to David
you know,
Monroe and LaShawn Jefferson.
that's awesome. But anyway, just wanted to make sure that the conversation is basically about the man's responsibility and how we shape things. As if let me put it like in a sense like when they say we're supposed to be the leaders of the black community, the leads that they claim that they're following. But I will reinforce this: at the end of the day, I feel like that people are always going to be, to an extent, responsible for their own personal behavior. You know, who are those of, and let me respond to a couple of these comments, and we'll get back to it. David Monroe: happy hoes are like 20 to 21. After a few years, there are no happy hoes, just the wise and the weak. um, any thoughts on that?
No, he's right.
Sounds about right to me.
When they get about 30 to that 34 stretch, that's the most bitter years right there.
Yeah. And Bunker TV said so. Hoeing is bad in the eyes of God, but if God isn't real, then there is no such thing as being a hoe. Well, at least that's whole logic. All right. Yeah, keep making cool comments like that, and I'll keep displaying them, guys.
Well, I can agree that that's whole logic. They're definitely whole logic. But see, this is my thing. When it comes to men's responsibility, you're supposed to raise your daughter. You're supposed to influence your family and friends to not go down that road. But once a woman becomes an adult and she has a right to make her own decisions, you can't blame that on men of society. No, you're doing exactly what you want to do. I don't care how many men show up to pay, because only a hoe gonna take the money for the sex. You see what I'm saying? When you're not a hoe, you're not gonna take the money for the sex regardless. So a man can't do you that way. At the end of the day, everybody's faced some bad situations because somebody, a lot of people make extreme examples, and you can have extreme situations where you're like, well, you know what? If I don't come up with the rent, they're gonna put me out. Okay, well, leave your apartment. Go back to mama house. Go back to your daddy house. Go back to your parents if they live together. Go live with a sister for a minute. You do what you got to do to recalibrate yourself so you can start off again. But at the end of the day, you ain't got to take no money just because a man is offering it to you. So as a man in society, I have no influence over these chicks. If I show up to pay them, they ain't got to take my money. I ain't got no influence. The only one that's gonna take my money is the hoe. The good girl ain't gonna take it.
I mean, a hoe for sure, she gonna take the dough, but there's a lot of hoes that ain't gonna take the dough. But listen to what Bunker TV said, and I did a whole series on microchimerism or microcamerism. It is genetic. Women absorb all of the sexual partners and DNA and energy from the sexual partners that they engage with. And the thing about that is this alludes back to the 1,000-mile stares. This is a 1,000-mile stare. They take in the DNA, whether a guy use a condom or not. Her vagina is a muscle, and muscle.
How you taking DNA with a condom?
You can take in DNA and energy with a condom, bro. Do you know how muscles work? How muscles contract?
I don't know how muscles take in DNA.
It holds energy. If you ever taken a martial art, you have something called.
I'm very fluent in martial arts.
Okay.
I don't believe in the chi theory and all that shit. But
do you believe there's something called muscle memory?
Yes, muscle memory. Okay.
Okay. Why do you think the vagina works any different?
So you telling me she got 75 dicks in her?
Yes.
She's taking in the nigga.
You telling
DNA?
me
that's where I draw the line.
Did she take 75 dicks? You telling me she didn't?
DNA is different from muscle memory.
No, it's not. Vagina memory is the same thing as taking in, bruh. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I'm gonna disagree on a fundamental
You're not
level.
making no damn sense. Memory. What is memory? If you let me ask you a question. If you save a file on your computer because you ran something, if your computer saves a file because it ran something, does it remember it, or does it or is it there or not there?
nucleic acid.
When you type in
We're
something
talking
in
about
your search
DNA.
bar, if
We're
you play
talking
the
about
video
DNA.
on your phone or whatever, if you type in something in your search bar
We're
and you
talking
go to
about
type
DNA,
it in
bro.
again, will it pop
We're
up
talking
or
about
will it won't
we're
pop up?
talking about
Wait a
we're
minute.
talking about DNA. We're
Hey,
talking about
hey,
nucleic acid. We're not talking about muscle
If
memory.
you
We're not
shoot in
talking
a
about how
woman
ever
and
that
she
nigga like
feels your energy
curry
and
chicken.
she's touching you and you've engaged in a sexual act with this woman,
That's not
you're
DNA.
gonna tell me she did not take any of your DNA.
Listen, Van.
Herpes don't exist.
That's not.
Herpes don't exist.
I'm trying to figure
hey,
out what you're
DJ.
doing. We going to DNA.
You can catch herpes with a condom. There was no sexual contact there.
Again,
No.
DNA. We talking about DNA, right? So
if she
you talking about
squirts, that
herpes.
doesn't touch your skin.
Okay, cool. You squirts, cool. Yes, she squirts, but how is she getting my DNA if she squirts?
She's not taking any of your strokes. She doesn't feel it. There's no contact.
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second here, because I get where Donnie's coming from. Muscle memory is different than DNA.
Muscle memory is not different from DNA when you have certain types of stroke. She don't take on your DNA directly when it comes to skin contact.
So now it's not directly. I'm a
She's
side.
still taking in your DNA.
I need some scientific.
You still have
studies on that one.
energy.
That one sounds a little bit
If you
out.
shoot off in
Hold
abroad,
on.
she still feels it.
I'm trying to clarify,
Hey,
because at the end of the day, I believe DNA can be taken from the woman, because when you're on
DNA can
top
be
of it,
taken from muscle memory also.
this is what I'm saying.
Hey guys,
Mhm.
hey guys, Roger, then Kuda, then Donnie.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Okay,
Okay,
this is
Roger,
what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying. The muscle memory part, I don't know enough to say that that's true. I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't know enough to say that that's true, but I will say this: when it comes to DNA, you can get DNA from different places. So if you're on top of a woman, or if a woman's on top of you, y'all sweating on each other, DNA can come from that. DNA can come from y'all kissing.
It can
We
come
know
under your
DNA.
fingernails and all that shit. But what
What
he's specifically
what I'm
talking
saying,
about?
DNA can
Let
come
him
from.
finish talking. Hold on, let him finish talking. Go ahead, make your
Yeah,
point.
hey, we got this. We're good. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. All I'm saying is, I can see where DNA is gonna come from sexual activity. Period. Whether you know what I'm saying. If you're using a condom, I don't see it going through the vagina, but I do see where you can get it in other areas, because y'all sweating and trading body fluids regardless. So I can get the DNA can be transferred. I just don't see, because I thought the condom was for the whole purpose of the DNA not to be transferred. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. What they're saying is like condoms is no good, but
That's
you
just
know
to
you want
stop
to play it as safe
sperm.
as.
You're still swapping.
I mean,
DNA
you
with
want to
the
play it
woman.
as safe, but
And
yeah,
let me
but
be
I'm
clear,
going.
just for the sexual health class, you can catch herpes if a certain body part touch another body part, but the condom is a barrier. So I I I get where he was trying to come from, but my thing is we talking about sexual contact with vagina and dick, and if it's a condom on and it's
She
purely
still feels
condom,
your sexual energy, bro.
and you talking about energy, and that's where we break apart. I can't get with the energy transference thing through metaphysical hotep energy. And I'm not calling you a hotep or nothing like I just can't get with that theory.
You're running up in a woman, whether you have a hat on, you're still running up in this woman. She still feels girth. She still feels every single thing. That's sexual. It's that she feeling your sexual energy, bro. You there ain't no way around it, bro.
I don't co-sign the energy thing just because I don't co-sign the energy thing in general. But I mean I'll agree to disagree at that point. How about that?
All right, we can sit there. We can sit there. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, dudes underestimate their sexual energy. Women feel all of that shit. It even compels them more to have a guy shoot up their club because it's an unsatisfying feeling.
Now, in terms of sexual energy, I'll say this. Yeah, I will co-sign the sexual energy, but I don't put it in an energy mindset. They think your mentality and who you are. So I've always grown up and all the people that fuck with me, we
women,
all have the mindset. If you fuck the mind, the panties will follow. So I understand that mindset.
Can you repeat your comment, raining woman, please? As a woman,
Oh,
can you please repeat your
I see the
comment?
comment that I think she said there is definitely a spiritual energy transfer during sex at
Come on,
DJ
man.
Cooler.
Okay, and then see this is my thing. Whether we come to an agreement of that part or not, at the end of the day, the woman is still in control of herself. She chooses who she's going to engage in that activity with. So to me, there is no true
I
where
mean,
you can put responsibility
you're
on the man
you're
when it comes
boring
to
out,
women being
but
holy, unless you're
women
gonna say like
women still feel the stretching, the tearing,
mm,
the fucking. They feel everything. It doesn't matter if it's raw or not. She still feels it. There's still an energy transfer. Now,
no,
now you can
no,
fool yourself
I'm
out
not.
because you don't feel nothing. But I'm telling you, it's really not about you. It's about the woman.
So I
She feels
so
it.
I don't I
There's
don't
a
co-sign
transfer.
the energy transfer, but I know the mental state. Now, if you fuck the mind, the panties will follow, and you can fuck a bitch without even touching her, right? And you
Now,
can do
I
that.
would like Raiden Woman to say what she's saying in the comment section here, but I mean, I don't know if she's gonna do that. But
She not doing it apparently, but listen, you can fuck the mind and the panties to follow. So you can fuck a chick without even touching her. So if do you
Of
feel
course.
like the DNA transfer can happen? If because I've done it on many occasions. I fucked the bitch and never even touched her. So do you feel like the DNA can transfer that way?
Well, hold on, because my thing is, it really don't matter. This really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the woman still chooses to engage with the man. Period.
No, no,
So,
no.
however we feel that
I'm just
it
trying to get
and
to
I'm saying,
a common point with him. So that's why I asked the question. Do you feel like because like I said, you can fuck a bitch and not even have to touch her. So do you feel like the energy can be transferred that way, or the
yes,
DNA? If you put
it's called an imprint. You can mentally
okay,
imprint a woman. You can
all right.
imprinting
We just
happens a
disagree
whole
on
bunch.
the terms. So that's fine. We just disagree on the
So,
terms.
are you saying women cannot be mentally imprinted?
No, I never said that. Like I said,
No,
we
I'm
just
asking
disagree on
you.
the terms.
No, I'm asking you. Can a woman be mentally imprinted?
Yeah, I can imprint abroad all the time. I
Okay,
just don't
so all
agree
right,
with
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
terms that you're
hold on,
using in
stop,
DNA.
wait, stop right there. How can a woman be mentally imprinted?
Shit, conversation ruins nations.
Right. So you mean to tell me if you engage in a physical act with this woman, she cannot be imprinted that way, even if you use a condom?
You can do it without touching the chick. So, like I said, we disagree on the term. You're saying
Raining
DNA.
woman,
I feel like it's
can you
DNA.
please speak? Golly, this is
look,
Yeah.
God
look,
damn.
Let me go. Let me go and clear this up right now. Let's go. Let me go and clear this up right now. Raining woman will speak when raining woman wants to speak. I like if you're having a conversation with somebody, the had a conversation with that person. But I don't like to moderate people too much. But at the same time, it's like I don't like for people to do that. So just whatever.
well, my point is this: regardless of how it's transferred, because that's not really even the point of the conversation. Because we're talking about what women are doing, and if men are responsible for it at the end of the day, she still elects to engage with whatever man who's going to transfer anything to her. She still elects that. She elects to have conversation with people. She elects to have sex with people. It's still on her at the end of the day. As a man, our job is to raise our daughters and have positive influence on the women that we have influence in their lives. But once she is grown, she can do what she want to do. That's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. So when it comes
Yeah.
to being a hoe, there's girls who want to be that. And when it comes to being a wife, there's girls who want to be that. And when she's old enough and has an ability, she's gonna show you which one she wants. Now,
Okay,
Raining woman, you want to say something?
yes, I just want to say we can go forever on with this. DJ Cooler, maybe at a different time we can have this discussion, maybe even on your channel or mine. But because I definitely understand where you're coming from. To add or to piggyback on what Roger just said, I would like to add that it is a lack of awareness, it is lack of knowledge that is happening with both the females and the males. It takes sometimes a lot of engaging and a lot of explaining on my part to different individuals, both male and females, in my age bracket, older and younger. Um, it's easier sometimes for me to get younger females to understand, which is why I really put a lot of focus on the younger females around me because they are the ones who are the least tainted. I try to get them. I try to get the females, and this is for you men from the manosphere. This is how I help the women in my sisterhood circle in my real life, not just random people. Thank you. Anyway, um, but I try to catch them before they are tainted spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And with this culture that we're in now, this pop culture that we're in now is a whole hookup and thought culture. And it is one that helps permeate and perpetuate the dysfunction within the mindset for family, for submission, for respect, for honor, for all the things that we actually deem noble and the things that we all want.
So I'm
Awesome. As a woman, for myself, it is also important for me to live a life that they can see as an example. So Randy doesn't just live and make decisions for myself. I actually consider those that I have influence over directly as well as indirectly. I don't live just for myself as a woman.
All right, Donnie. Mm,
If he's away,
oh, oh,
but
he's awake.
I say yeah, he might be away. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I'll be right back.
regardless of yeah,
Okay, cool.
regardless of exactly how things are transferred, we do know that when men engage with women, you can have an effect on the woman. Everybody's accepting that. No one's arguing against it. But my thing is, at the end of the day, it's still the woman still chooses to engage with whatever man she does do anything with, because you know I was saying earlier today on the breakdown. I was that earlier today. I think it was. Yeah, but a man gonna men shoot their shot. When women come out the house, men shoot their shot. But women ain't saying yes to everybody. So it's really not about the man that shoots his shot. It's really about the woman who she says yes to when a guy does shoot his shot. She's saying yes to the type of man she want to say yes to. She's not forced to say yes to anybody, any particular man. So she's picking the type she wants to say yes to. Because I can say as a man, I was unable to have sex with every single woman I wanted to have sex with. I have talked to women and they told me no. It does happen.
Of course, but let me ask you a question: are women taking responsibility for the type of men that they choose to say yes to?
In general, no. In general, no. But it's still their fault. You know.
Of course.
Yeah. So my thing is,
and that's a standard that happens before you and after you and during you, right?
very true. Very true.
let me ask y'all a question. When you hook up with a woman and you try to be serious with her, do you take into consideration the fact that she had somebody before she had you?
Yes, you always assume she's talking
So
to.
do you want to place yourself as the number one guy? Like, or would you like
You
to
have
think
to
of yourself
you
as the
have
number one
to
guy?
you have to be perceptive enough to understand what type of woman you're talking to even put yourself in that position.
So any chick that I've ever dealt with, I automatically assume she's fucked with some other niggas, right? She could tell you she's a virgin. She could tell you
You
she
have to.
only had one dude, etc. But at the end of the day, I'm the number one guy in the aspect of I need all your attention, your time, your taxes, your ties. All that comes to me. If you got some good dreams, I need them motherfuckers too. right? And if you're not willing to give that to me, then you gotta go. And that's just the hard line that I push, right? As a habitual line stepper, I'm always stepping the line. You got to give all of that to me. And if you can't comply with that, then you got to go. I push a hard fucking line for a reason because I want everything that you can give me. And if you can't give that to me, you got to get the fuck about my space.
Now,
a lot of niggas,
let me ask you a question. What is your tactic to make that happen?
Just that. I push a hard line. I'm telling her off top, this is what I am. I am the man that I say I am. And you gonna fuck with me. Chicks gonna fuck with me just because I'm the man that I say I am. I'm not out here fronting, driving a BMW and pushing, doing all this extra shit. No, I'm the nigga I told you was from Jump Street. And a lot of these chicks go for it just because of that. Now, if I see any kind of weakness or any bullshit that you pull on the side, then you getting excommunicated. I'm pulling a John Wick on you, bitch. You excommunicado. Now the bitch might come around. You gonna be in the back burner until I feel like you can get into the game and do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, if you can't comply with what I need you to do, you gotta go. So I'm not turning a hoe into a housewife. I'm telling a hoe, hey, listen, these are the standards that you gotta come by. And if you can't do that, you cut. Period, point blank. And if she don't comply, there's 17 other women that's gonna take her place.
And it's gonna
be nowadays women don't even worry about being cut because she looking at you like, nigga, there's 30 other niggas that's gonna take your place too.
Correct. We have a strong trick culture. If you ever been to Atlanta, if you've been to any of the South, these niggas is out here in the strip clubs spending their whole fucking
hell yeah, because Atlanta is heavily influenced by strip culture. But them hoes ain't shit anyway.
But all that shit runs from bitches who was hoes who had and excuse me, I'm not saying every black woman's a bitch. I feel like I had to clarify that just because random woman's on the panel. But otherwise, it's a whole lot of, what you say, love?
I said I appreciate you.
No, thank you. But yeah, it's a whole lot of bitches out here who have grown up in the whole culture and they want to push that. Then they have a kid with a random nigga. Dad ain't around, and they push the whole culture on their kid. So their kid is grown up in it. Now we have an extreme trick culture. I don't play like that. My father was around. My father I remember I was probably 14 and I bought a chick tickets to the B2K concert. It was 2 tickets. I stayed up all day trying to get them on the radio. They didn't work, so I spent my little birthday money on it and sent them off. Got the tickets, came back, gave her both of them, and she took her friend. My father was like, "Yeah, you learned a lesson, didn't you?"
Yeah, that's how they get down because see, and strippers, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're some of the most easiest motherfucking people. To the money. They some of the most easiest people to pull on the planet. I can give y'all a guide how to pull hella strippers.
Exactly. But all you gotta do is push a hard line on these chicks because they're not accustomed to it. When they fuck with these niggas who out here who's engulfed in this extreme trick culture, they're accustomed to niggas saying, "Well, all right, baby. Well, I'm gonna buy you some flowers.
Right.
I will buy you a Louis bag.
Right.
I don't do none of that shit."
But see, that's their problem. That's their problem. They try to make relationships out of clients. They take a trick's word seriously when they should, you know what I'm saying, when they should take a P word. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta swoop down on them like a P, or just a nigga that's that just ain't got shit to do with both of that.
Exactly.
Both the lifestyle and everything. Yeah, like
understand when these chicks see you coming and you come at them as a man and you're not on this trick shit, you're not raised with the single mother mentality, you're trying to cater to these hoes, they see you as a whole different option. And they go, well, why the fuck is he different? Well, let me see if I can change him. I can change him. I can make this nigga my peon. And they're gonna spend their whole time and while they're doing that, they are on my program and they've been imprinted.
Right.
With my life.
Can I say something if you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. You go ahead and finish, and I want to say something right after what you said.
Right.
Y'all coming right back to it.
Like I was saying, like a lot of the women that I got with, they were strippers. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys really want to learn the game, I will tell you to date a couple of strippers and not with the sole fact of trying to take them seriously, but off the premise of picking their brain, because half of these broads out here are gonna act the same way, but then you'll see the fine line of a red pill and a blue pill, and half of these strippers, they're not red pill, they're actually blue pill. You understand what I'm saying? They're not really ready to be up under some type of instructions.
No,
You really want to go out here and get a stripper. All you gotta do, go to sleep, wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock a.m., go to a Denny's or whatever that's close to a strip club, go catch the motherfucker counting her goddamn trap. And just you could pull her that way, or you can just go to a strip club and just simply roll up on her. Don't spend no money at the club. Just sit there the whole night, pick whichever one you want to talk to. And
Chop
literally
it up
just
with it.
tell it. No,
My
literally
thing
just tell it.
Lifetime Fitness was 24/7. Used to
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
Lifetime
or that,
Fitness
yeah.
at 3 a.m. They pop in at 3.
they ain't gonna do
Hey,
that.
what's
Yeah,
going in the
straight
hot
up.
tub?
No, but
having a
this is
conversation.
this is what you do. This is what you do. You literally walk up to the girl and literally tell her and just be like, "Look, why are you up here doing this?" And she's gonna be like, "Doing what?" And you're gonna be like,
Why you doing?
yeah, no. Yeah, because you come in like a trick, but watch the flip. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas don't tell you about the flip game. Watch the flip. Why you up here doing this? Doing what? Doing what you doing right now. Why you bowing down to these tricks and picking up money off the floor? You think you should be picking up ones off the floor, bowing down to these tricks? And she gonna think, right? This is called seeding right here. If it works, it works. If it don't work, it don't work. But you tell her, look, why are you bowing down to these tricks, picking up this money? A bitch like you that's out here working real hard need to have her money getting put in her hand. She's gonna think about it, right? And then ask her, did you make tip out? She's gonna be like, yeah or nay, right? She's gonna be like, yeah or nay if she made tip out. Because a lot of y'all don't know the algorithm of the club. But when you say that to her, she know you know the algorithm of the club. She gotta pay to work there. She
Yep,
gotta
that's
compete
true.
with other bitches to work there.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And she
you
got
roll up on
she gotta pay the DJ.
you gotta pay the DJ. So you roll up on her and be like, yo, why you bowing down to these tricks, picking up money off the ground and shit? Niggas done picked up the same dollar and re-threw it at you. You think you would take
Well,
you cut from that type of cloth? You ain't cut from that type of cloth, man. You know you need to be up under some instructions and shit like that, and she'll listen to you.
Let me
Because
say
abroad don't got the mindset past what she's doing. If you spend $10 on a bitch, she thinking that's a dance. Because that is a dance.
hey, Gerald, you want to say something?
But yeah, go ahead, Gerald.
Yeah, how you doing?
I ain't gonna give y'all the game, but you know.
Yeah, what's
Come on,
what's going on, Gerald?
The game was before you. But listen, I got to comment Art, because now this conversation comes back at what Art said, because Art said that maybe real women won't take money and some women take money. Let's be realistic about this. This is why we're in this goddamn trouble right now. This is why men go to jail for a debt. I don't mean no harm against the female that's up there, but I'm sorry, women are dumb and stupid because some don't think, they don't realize it. They don't know what's going on. Now, my old ass remember when the strip club thing started. I remember when they were saying some of these high school girls, now I'm a grown ass man, they saying some of these high school girls don't end up in this club. I was like, this could never happen. And then I lived in Atlanta and I saw how this culture became a popular culture because of
This
the
nigga's
money.
on fire tonight.
Well, because of the money. The thing about it is they're all gonna take money. This is why they have to dismantle us as men. Why? Because we ain't going to no goddamn mall buying a lot of shit. We talked about this about maybe 2 weeks ago. Women consume. They have the curse of consumption. The motherfuckers got a closet full of clothes and a closet full of shoes. I've seen this myself. Why are you going out buying more shoes when you got a mall in your closet? Women have been programmed. The most important word I just said, they have been programmed to be idiots. This ain't got nothing to do with black. It has something to do with a culture. The Western culture is just dead. Now, if you want to talk about strip clubs, go to this in your mind. I'm telling you, you're going to laugh. Up here in Canada, you can't touch them, but you can throw loonies and toonies at them. I'm not shitting you, y'all. These women will fold down like they're doing yoga. They will take a poster of themselves, hold it by their vajayjay, and then you have to turn around and throw a coin in this little circle where she's holding her poster. You throw it in there, you either win a prize. Guess what the prize is? It's either a cigarette lighter with a picture on it or a poster. I kid you the fuck not. I went to see a Philadelphia Eagles and a Dallas Cowboy game, and the dude gave me some toonies. And I say, okay, and I'm looking at the game now. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? And the chick looked at me. He said, you supposed to throw it at her. I ain't throwing shit. I looked at the bartender and said, yo, give me a beer. And I kept looking at the football game. It's ludicrous, but the Western culture is basically dead. We can talk about them being hoes, but these hoes now have children, which now are going to grow up being these idiot kids who jump on a 15-year-old girl, or a 15-year-old girl who jumps on another girl, and then 15-year-old boys jump on them. This white supremacy, which I don't like saying, I just like saying the people in charge or the elites, they have created something that if you read Willie Lynch in the deepest end of Willie Lynch, it says, and quote, we can create a situation that will turn on its own spear. Motherfuckers won. They actually sit back and they won this game. This is probably the main reason why I enjoy listening to you guys, because I listen to so much of myself in you all. But
he spit that hot fire.
Yeah, but the end of this is, I still say it to everybody. We're going to have to concentrate on this economics because we are at war. This is a freaking war. And it is. And the war is for your mind. It's for the fact you may have to have a 357 in case some of these little knuckleheads coming up to you. And I ain't shooting no way. I'm going to shoot them. I go to jail, do my time. Don't come at me with that. And the easiest way to dismantle us is, hate to say it, the woman. The woman is the center in the nucleus. She is the one who's supposed to protect the back door and keep Jody out. That's what she can't do. Some of these women ain't keeping Jody out because she's sleeping with Jody because Jody's dropping that money on her. So she getting money from both sides. I seen that shit in Georgia. I seen a woman at the phone booth, the Superman phone booth, got a big ass ring on her finger. What's she doing at the phone booth? And my partner, older cat who was throwing down that knowledge to me, oh, she over there calling her John, man. She's trying to make some money on the side. And
I just want to know who let Pimp C on the motherfucking panel. This nigga up here spitting some UGK bars.
well, because remember, I was a little kid and my grandmother was trying to protect me from that. And them OGs who was on the corner loved my grandmother. And they kicked my little ass off the corner, even though I was still, me and the dudes were still peeping around the corner, having our ears close to the ground. We were still listening. And see, I've been screwed by women. Remember, I'm the dude with the 1 penny child support check refund. So I know what it's about. It is about the money. They don't want us to come up because they don't want us to be able to protect. And the most precious cargo with their pedophilia ass is the children. Them freaks want the children. They want to have their way with the children. It sounds far-fetched, but you get them women that money, not talking about the woman in the room, but you give most women in the money, they're going to go spend, they're going to get their nails done. They don't know nothing about buying property, land. Like this one black chick that had her on YouTube, this crazy-ass witch out of Atlanta, Georgia, when paid $30,000 in $1 bills for a Mercedes-Benz. Of course, I twist one up and smoked it and said, boy, you're on a long way down this elevator. It's going down. So, Art, I'm telling you, everything, you draw that money is the common denominator. They will put your ass on child support, take the kids from you, use the kids as a hostage just to get money so they can go buy what they want, $400 shoes, or should I say $1,000 shoes. Just they want to look good. They don't know nothing about being rich.
Them is what the old players used to call well shit, they probably still call them that, renegade hoes. It's a lot of renegade hoe mentality running around.
So the thing about it is about money, y'all. The one thing they don't want us to have, though, they want to make sure we stay unplugged the money. You know, that's why they created this. Let me say they created this social media horde. Because when I was young and some of y'all wasn't born, yes, them hoes was there. I'm telling you, bros. When I finally talked to my old man and I threw down on it, and I told y'all that at one time he was accused of being molested. And the deepest part of the story was he had to defend himself. And when he told me the story, it made me understand something. And even my partner Steve, that's in Atlanta, Georgia, he said, Gerald, all of these women are whores. My mama, your mama, grandmother, I've seen it in action. I seen it with my own eyes. That was a bitter pill that I had to swallow. And then I started hearing
Mm.
stories from other men talking about the things that their mother did. And I'm saying, no, man, not your mother. He's like, yeah, man, my mom. And it's like, you have to twist. You know, we as men, we have to twist things up to smoke and chief like we chief powwow to calm our black asses down. Because that's
So what you saying? So what you're saying is somebody's black mama was all into that shit?
I'm saying men need to investigate their own trials. They need to go back and ask, especially if your father wasn't around. You need to find your father and you need to find out that side of the story. Remember,
A lot of niggas, women, a lot of niggas had their mama and they hold their mama in high regard, but a lot of their mama was like he said, Jody earlier. Y'all remember baby boy? Jody mama was a
Yeah,
Jody
she-
mama. If we gonna analyze that movie, right? Because that's one of my cousin's favorite movies. So she done made me watch the movie a whole bunch of times. If we analyze the movie, Jody mama lived in her mama house until the mama died, and then it was her house. And then she brought a nigga who just came in from prison into the house. Meanwhile, Jody didn't have a daddy the whole fucking time. He running around here tweeting baby mamas doing a whole bunch of nigga shit, not being a productive nigga. So you got at that point, you have two generational women who raised the fuck boy to continue on the fuck boy legacy.
And think about this though. Think about most of the young men playing sports coming out of college. Now I heard this from a inside source from Alabama. Alabama likes recruiting the guys who don't have the father in the home because they can control the situation, the dynamics better. Ain't that something?
And it makes
Dude,
sense
shit,
because if you look at a lot of these athletes, when they get into the game, what do? They come out here, they get a check, they've been signed, they get on TV, they get pictures in the paper. These hoes is reading the paper just to check out he's worth he's the number one draft pick, he's worth this. What they do? They go fuck them, they get a baby. So a lot of these niggas who've been drafted, they have 4 and 5 kids in the same year. Now their whole income is given off to a bitch, renegade, running the money.
Holyfield gone. The money's gone. So I got to come back at when he said that. He said no, it's not about the money. Oh yeah, 99.9% of it. It's about the money. Let this show gets to thousands to where everybody's getting paid. You know what you're going to become? Mr. Congeniality, because they're coming with a smile. And I'm talking about across the board, dude. It's one thing about money. Money ain't got no shit. It's like all colors of flies coming. Understand this. These sisters learn this behavior from, Caucasian woman. Yes, they did. They the biggest tricksters of all. They so dynamic and stupid and dope. And I know of a story where a woman, and I ain't giving a name because I know my boy ain't gonna listen, but he told me about his father-in-law. His father-in-law, gangster owned the car dealerships where the city I'm living in. He offered this trick. Get this, y'all. 14 million. This bitch in one breath said, I want more. Shit, she deserved death. You gonna turn down 14 million? Or are you serious? Think about the woman in Oklahoma who was married to the billionaire. She got a check that was $100 short of $1 billion. And this old white wrinkled bitch said, and quote, it ain't enough. And then she cashed the check and want more. Are you out your rabbit ass mind? It's about money. And the other side of the world don't want that fucked up currency. But they know we need it because we need to live. And one thing they don't want men. They don't want none of us on this panel to stand up. They really give it to a man and drag. Now, somebody tell me I'm fucking lying. That's why this whole faggot culture is coming up. It's coming erupt to us.
Hey, we need to have Pimp C on this motherfucking broadcast more often. This nigga Gerald is out here spitting that hot fire.
But I listen to you guys. You have to understand I'm a part of y'all. Y'all a part of me. When y'all sit up here, sometimes I be just puffing and drinking and like, shit, I wish I grew up with some of these guys. It would have been fun to grow up in the household with y'all because we have the same minds. We're just in different areas. And YouTube, I know you listening. I know you don't.
Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on 1 second. I want to give some shout outs. Shout outs to Gorilla B. He's been here for a little bit, and Rich and Bill Munger. What's going on? Thanks for joining us. The conversation is basically we as men are discussing hoe culture and all of its little fixes and how much responsibility that we actually have in it. Let me see. Antoine Johnson uh, says guys often always get one side of the story, and then they get brainwashed. A father, mother, and then the boys turn into men. They can't figure out why they're upset at their father. Is your mama at fault?
What else did he say? Like I say, fathers never get a chance to tell their stories. Never get a chance. That's why I was glad that I talked to mine before he passed away. And he's still living. He's still kicking it. Even though his wife now, I don't like her ass. They in Alabama. She don't like me. I don't like her. She don't like me just because I was the firstborn. I don't like her because she's an asshole. How you doing, Harrison? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, it was about money with her. When he died, I tell him, when you die, I really don't want to know. Why? Because they're not going to tell me, because they don't want me to connect with the inheritance. Let me go back to this money again. When my grandmother died, I know my grandmother. I know the conversation we had. My mother, she stole the money. My sister, that worthless ass, WITCH, I will be politically correct and I say the word. She extorted my grandmother for money, and this trick didn't even show up for the funeral, which goes back to the trick culture, trick or treat. Now, whenever I see her, I have to make sure I maintain my peace and not take a knife and cut her damn neck. How you gonna abuse a blind lady? A blind lady, which is your grandmother.
Bro, you welcome on my show anytime, any day of the week.
I'm just saying.
You ain't shit for watching. Says you can come on. Nigga, you a co-host at this point.
You know what? But I'm fighting my best not to get a mic and a camera. But then again, if I kind of want to help you guys and help you guys get some money, get some of this Bitcoin, because I would love to just one day we got ends. We all go somewhere, Florida, get a nice suite and get them cameras, and then they can see who we are and we can talk. And then me and you and the rest of the guys, instead of them listening to Steve Harvey's weak ass, they could listen to us. Because see, we're regular men. We're not bought by the Illuminati and all of that. We ain't got it like that. We're not, what's his name?
You know what, though?
What?
You know what? I know exactly what you're saying, because I was telling somebody last week, is like, you can dismiss YouTube all you want, but a YouTuber doesn't have somebody in their ear telling them what to say.
Yeah.
And you can fact check any other information that these guys are giving. And you know what? You don't have to really watch any of them at the end of the day anyway. But just if you want to truly see what they're talking about, why don't, like I said, just fact check them. It's not, people accept what's getting paid. Let's put it like this. Like, it's easier to accept somebody saying it on the television because they're getting like a 5 or 6 figure check to say it. But I mean, there's some really smart people on this platform. There really are. I just happen to think that the habitual line steppers are the coolest. But
the reason why I like you guys is because it's like you all have a little of Vita Blue in your DNA. Whenever y'all wind up and throw, it's just coming hard. It's either gonna be a curve, but it's coming across the plate. Anything, you never hit the batter. Everything y'all throw is nothing but heat. I'm telling you, man, I've turned guys on to you all, and the best time to listen to y'all in the daytime is when I'm either cleaning up, doing something, and the show ain't live. I'm listening to it. I'd rather listen to you guys at 2 o'clock in the daytime.
All right, we appreciate that, but we don't want to get too far away from the conversation.
Okay.
I want to go ahead. Let me go ahead and we can make this a little topic. And Rich and Bill Munger says whole culture is white chick psychology of freedom and fun. Okay, so how I can actually agree with that, because earlier in the conversation they said whole culture did come from white. white women, and it's like it does seem like our women do take a lot of cues from white women, and I mean, like a lot of people talk about feminism. I felt like a lot of women bought into that and took that cue, and whole culture as well. This sexual freedom, to freedom to do anything. Don't shame me just because I'm fucking like 10, 12, whatever. So what do you think of that?
I mean, real. I mean, that they have learned a lot from, and they are about their sexual freedoms. And the thing is,
He's breaking up.
sexual freedom, but they don't want to deal with what comes with it. That's why people are always saying, "Don't judge me. Don't judge me." Well, who are you to judge? Who are you to judge? Why can't you just let me do wrong and feel okay about me doing wrong? That's really what they say.
Yeah. Yeah. And then get mad if you don't give them attention. See, the thing about it is we're waking up from and eliminating that whole culture out of our lives. Why? Because it's a transferring of wealth. I still never understood that you can shake your behind in front of me. I can see your family line, and that equates to me giving up my money. I'm just not. I never understood that, y'all. I guess I am old. And I can't touch you, by the way. I got a heart on, and I can't touch you, and I'm just supposed to give you my money. Okay.
Even though, like, let me put to you like this. Even though we know they're taking that cue, it's still totally up to them to run with it. So I don't think that any personal responsibility or accountability should be taken away from them just because they're taking cues from another way of life. We just want to make sure that we know that they are aware that whatever works for them is not necessarily going to work for us on this side. And I mean, listen, I hate the whole thought of them going around thinking that whatever works for them or whatever they do is automatically going to work for our women, because it's not a good look. I mean, it's like it's said about every one of the bad things that people do, that well, they do it too, so you shouldn't just associate the behavior with us. And it's not really that we're doing that. It's just that when you behave as an individual, then that's pretty much defining you know pretty much who you are. I mean, it doesn't. If I do something bad, like, okay, say for instance, if I kill someone, I'm not going to turn around and say Charles Manson killed somebody. you know what are you blaming me for? I mean, shit, I'm not the only person that's ever killed anyone. I mean, that'll be stupid. I know that's kind of an extreme example, but I mean, the
But is it
context.
really? Is it really? Is the example really that extreme? Because that's exactly what they do. See, and that's why I keep saying they got this white supremacy mindset. Because when they say, well, white women do it too, or whatever the case is, okay, what's your point? How did somebody else doing the same thing you did make it okay for you to do it?
Yep.
Because if you see them as your God, I understand that. But if you don't see them as your God, then you talking silly right now. Who cares if they did it too? You did it. That's the problem. You did it.
But remember, logic and common sense is thrown out the door. Again, what you just say, they can do it. But remember, one of you guys said it on the show previously, when they came with that Sex in the City show. And by the way, them was some ugly ass women.
Let me decide
You
now.
better watch it, man. But it was but that show itself was very, very popular among black women, surprisingly.
Just like
Four white women in the city screwing with whoever they wanted to and having lots of success. And our women love that shit.
That opened the door, and then you got Scandal, and then you got Empire, and then you got all the Empire.
And Scandal and Empire are conversations that have been had. Scandal, Empire, Sex and the City. Those are conversations that have been had over and over and over again. But at the same time, it holds validity. I mean, as to the mentality of what some of our people are attracted to, and it doesn't look that good. That's why you can't put too much of this, and you can't put too much control on the media. You have to have some common sense and some foresight to get through that crap, and and to know what's coming. I mean, most of us can decipher the messages that we do see on television. I mean, we surely notice it with the the overtly woke feminist stuff that they're pulling on TV these days.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my I am woman, hear me roar. Yeah, okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. But to make me want to go in the closet and to make me want to accept your whorish ways, it's just it's Mike Tyson. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. And then you get pissed off because I ain't Stevie Wonder and I can see the shit. It bothers me. It bothers me because then they try to spread it onto you and say, well, you're wrong for not recognizing it. I mean, you're wrong for not accepting it. I'm like, nah.
Well, Roger said,
you're
I
wrong for
can't
not
prove
accepting it,
but I ain't
respecting it.
stupid.
Say it again, Donnie. Say it again, Donnie. I don't think they
I
heard.
said,
Just say it again.
Roger said it best. I can't prove it, but I ain't stupid.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? And again, man, that's why something's wrong. And the only thing wrong is we're waking up. That's a problem to the system. The system, like, damn, the slaves waking up. They're not bowing down. Dude, men haven't talked like this. We talk like this around on the corner playing some dominoes. Men never had a platform like this to speak out this logic.
Hey, we've had, like, let me see. We've had plenty of different various channels on YouTube to discuss and explore these kinds of conversations.
Right.
But they've never experienced anything like the habitual line steppers. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So now they're about to experience it.
Good.
So Enriching Bill Monger says, how long can hoe culture be considered norm of action before it's ascended into the realm of actual character? Oh, well, seeing that it might not be that long, seeing that they're trying to push all this crap on our children.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. It ain't gonna work at all because at the end of the day, the men ain't accepting it. Because the only thing that's different right now than was a few years ago, because of social media, more men learn about the whole culture quicker. It's not like this as what is talked about. It wasn't as widespread in knowledge. And like when I was a younger guy, you 14, 15 years old, women used to they consistently said it's not the women, it's just the ones you hang around.
Yeah.
And because you couldn't prove that it was generally how women think, because they hit you with the, it's just the people in your area. See, now that you got the internet, so we can see that a guy in New York is saying the exact same thing a guy in LA, California is saying. You know what I'm saying? So now that we get it from all over the country, the women don't have the lie to say, they don't have the lie available to them say it's just the ones you're hanging around, because now we know this is just common culture amongst them. So it's basically at the Wizard of Oz when the curtain fell from that was covering the wizard, the curtain just fell, and they got a problem with the fact that the curtain has failed, because now these younger guys coming up, they already saw the curtain fall years ago. So now when they become adults, very differently. So yeah, the whole culture thing ain't gonna work. It had a way to work for a certain degree because so much stuff was hidden. So people could just say, well, I'm just gonna act like it's not true. It ain't like people gonna really be able to call me out. It ain't like everybody gonna know my wife's a hoe. It ain't like everybody gonna know I'm raising these kids that really ain't mine. But now it's just out there. So men have said, well, I ain't accepting it, period. Guys growing up learning the game. So that's the only thing that's really different. The men can recognize it easier at this point. You don't have to. It doesn't have to affect you personally. Like, one of your guys do not have to get cheated on by his girl for you to figure out that the difference between hoes and women.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just go online. You can hear stories from random men that ain't even connected to you, and you learn the game about women before you even engage with women on a full-time level. That ain't good for them.
Do you think as men we need to revisit our vetting process when it comes to these women?
Say that again.
Now I said, okay. Let me put it to you. Let me put it to you like this. I mean, we always have these discussions about women telling them that they need to visit their vetting process. I just want to know from, why we got men on the panel. Do we as men need to revisit our vetting process when it comes to these women?
Yep.
I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna say no, Roger. Please explain because
Yeah.
I know you got a profound explanation for this one.
Well,
Um,
I'm wondering why he said yeah too. But I'll say this real quick because I'm gonna keep it short and easy. If
yes, sir.
if we really truly needed to revisit how we're vetting women, then we would already be connected more with our women. Right now, we got low marriages and high divorces, and so basically, we're barely with our women as it is. And guys are coming, and basically, guys in different areas are expressing that a lot of women are hoes nowadays, and we're not attached to these hoes. So therefore, our vetting process is actually working. We're not attached to them. When you think about even when it comes to the guys, when they get the information out about the guys who have kids out of wedlock, it was around 15% of the guys. They say it was only about 8% of the guys is really just not any good. So that means you had about 7% of the guys that had a child out of wedlock, and that wasn't necessarily the best decision for him. But if only 7% of the guys that actually care fell into that category, our vetting process is working pretty good. We're 93%, hitting where we need to be.
Hmm. All right, Gerald, you said yes.
Well,
What's
no,
going on, bro?
I can't even argue with that because if that was we was playing chess, he kind of beat me with 3 moves, so that game's over. I'm done. He kicked my ass on that one, so yep. Nothing else to say on that one. He beat my ass. So okay, you right.
Yeah.
You were right. Next, come on, let's go, fellas. Next.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but I'm glad the audience is gonna hear it too, because it ain't us.
You got. I think you shut the room down with that, man, and nobody's saying nothing.
Well, here's the thing with me. I will say for mine, I think our vetting process was pretty good. I mean, because I don't have any reason to suspect otherwise. She hasn't given it to me, so.
Okay.
So I mean, but I always I hear these complaints. I hear these, I hear these little ridiculous arguments, these ridiculous points of view, and I hear some good points of view too. But a lot of it just tries to steer accountability in the other direction. When I'm just like, well, if you're an adult, okay, if you're an adult, then you are fully responsible for this decision as well as the other person that is involved. Because I mean, people are always claiming that they always have this knowledge, they have all this knowledge and all these things at their fingertips, but yet and still they don't want to be policed about it. But then complains when something happens. They want to throw it on the other side. What I'm saying is like for people like me that I'm very hard pressed to hear excuses. I mean, I don't want to act like I've been perfect in my life because I'm not perfect. I'm far from it actually. But it is like this. Is like I'll have to. I mean, like this is a requirement for me. I have to take accountability for all the decisions that I make, and I require that of every adult that I encounter. Now, I don't know how the rest of these people feel, but I'm just saying. I mean, my first instinct is to believe that you are a intelligent, free thinking human being. Because, unless you were born in like 1863, you were born free. So let me just put it to you like that. It's not the weak conversation with me. It's not going to be the soft conversation because I mean, you don't want people blaming life for such, but I don't remember growing up being pacified too much. I gave up the pacifier at a very, very early age. I think like one and a half. Just threw that thing to the side. and it's like this, you have to have the ability to be able to have these kinds of strong conversations. A lot of you know a lot of the reason that a lot of these women are like this out here is because we've given them, and I'm not saying just black men at this point, but we as a society have given them every reason to be like that. We have, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. I mean, I seriously doubt it means the end of society and the end of the world, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down. And like I'll expand on something Roger saying, because I am the father of a daughter. Yeah, it is my responsibility to make sure she doesn't go in that direction. And I don't mind taking on to that responsibility. And I'm doing good so far. I'm doing good so far. She's happy as happy can be. But one thing that I want to get into teaching her is to have that mental strength. When someone says something bad about her, I don't want her breaking down every time that happens. I want her to do one or two things. I want her to ignore it, or I want her to throw an insult back. She won't get in trouble that way, you know. But it is I want her defenses built up because this is a mean ass world. You know, I just so happen to believe that if you have a black child, if you leave it all on society, if you leave it all on society, that child is going to turn out one way. Like the boys are going to be extra soft, and you know what, and the girls are going to be hoes. It's like my job as a parent just became that much more important. So it's very important that, especially if you are a father with a daughter, that you are as attentive as possible, because they giving too many of these free cheese passes to all these women doing this dumbass destructive shit.
Now,
Like, you
I have,
know, it's
I have a
like,
question.
can you imagine a society that doesn't blame the women at all for pregnancy? Like, even if they like do it at a dumb age, I don't want that to happen to my child, and I have the balls in the spine to say that in front of everybody. Everybody's always be trying to like, well, you know,
Well,
I
I
don't
ain't
want
gotta
to put.
imagine that society we in.
Yeah, and I had a question, I had a question for you too because we was listening, and you say they. Now my question is, who is they? Could we say the
They,
government? Would you? Because you said they give them a pass. They is the government. Remember now, the father used to be in the household. Because when you mention it, I have two daughters. I have two daughters. If you man,
here's one thing we got to stop doing. Here's one thing we got to stop doing. We gotta get out of this mentality like the father isn't there, because in most cases, and I mean in an overwhelming amount of cases, the father is there in the child's life. I mean, present in the child's life, involved in the child's life. That's a narrative that has to be reversed. That people work so hard to ram down our throats. Like, we got to get rid of that narrative. Most fathers are there for their children,
yeah.
and no matter how and no matter how they try to twist that shit up, it's facts. But you know, it's seemingly up to people like us to try to reverse that narrative. And you know what? I don't mind doing it. I'm gonna have a little fun doing that shit too. So
Well, I enjoy doing it too because I enjoy talking to some females who want to go and put the father on child support, and then you have to explain child support and all of this to them, and then they say, "Wait a minute, that's how it goes." I said, "Yeah, you get the crumbs of the money. They put that money in the escrow account, and they get paid thanks to the Clintons." Oh yeah, it's real game. We wasn't supposed to
do you
recognize the
think,
game, but we did.
since since we're on child support right now,
Okay.
Man,
since we're
I
on
would
child
love to say
support,
something real quick before you go into the child support thing.
go
Uh,
ahead, Roger. Go ahead, Roger.
because you know you talk about changing the narrative, which is good. But see, I think we just need to be focused on the proper narrative. If the issue is the father's not in the home, it can only be one person's fault, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? More than, well, I say that more than likely is one person's fault. It's the person who picked the father. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If the
yeah, yeah,
guy's
yeah.
alive and he's good, he'll be there. Now, if you didn't want the father there, the government gives you ways to make sure he's not going to be there.
Yep.
And then you can bother him so much that he'll just give up. So if the father's not there, whose fault is it? More than likely, it's the woman's fault. So my thing is, you don't even have to change that narrative. They'll change it themselves as long as we keep focusing on the fact that when the man is not there, whose fault is it? You didn't marry the dude that you had your kid with. You didn't have no relationship with the guy. You didn't follow your man's leadership. You was in rebellion to him. How on earth could it be his fault that you rebelled against him?
They made the deal with the government. He is correct. They made the deal.
Yeah, let them fix that narrative. Cause I'm gonna keep pushing the fact that, yeah, for the ones that ain't there, it is your fault. They can clean that up how they want to, but I'm gonna make sure they take on the responsibility that comes with the fact that they chose for a father not to be there.
It's there. It is. It's in the paperwork. You know, they have the rights to everything. They made the deal with the child support system, which is the mob, which is a loan company. So they made that deal, and inside of there, they tell them you have no rights. You have to make a deal with her to see the child, and if we have to be there to orchestrate it, we will be there. Fuck that. Nah, take the money, kiss my ass, moving right along. I think Thomas Sotomayor said it best. Some of the children are surviving because the father said, let me walk away from this. Because women, now, black women did this in recent years. They started killing the children when they went back to court, and the court said, wait a minute, the child belongs with the father. He's the one that's the breadwinner. You're not doing this. Some of the women killed the children, y'all. They murdered the children. This happened in your lifetime. And I'm up here in Canada. Yeah. I watch this. So,
well, that's not surprising, though. At least, in my opinion, it's not surprising. Women would rather. Most women would rather kill the children than to be looked at as a bad mother. That's just reality, because their image is the most important thing to them, just like white supremacy.
So, are we talking about accountability? Is that what we're talking about? They don't want to be. They just don't want to be wrong. Is that what we're saying?
Speaking of, let me respond to something Stoic One has said. By the way, welcome, brother, Stoic One. He says, I was told by a woman from the state of Washington that any destructive behavior of black women is excusable because black men have not collectively built anything.
Wow.
Okay. Here's my one simple response to that, because I would like to have a conversation, of that magnitude. My one simple response is, when you can prove that black women aren't raising black men, then you can, until you prove that, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. When black women aren't raising black men, if we're being raised by machines and we're supposed to be automatically a certain way, then just cut it. just cut it. I don't care about none of that shit right there.
Like Pokemon. Like when you hit 18, you are a Negro sword. You just evolve into a Negro mana sword.
Well, see, my thing is, at the end of the day, because I understand women making those arguments. What you do, how a woman reacts to a man has nothing to do with how he built. Women pick the guy they want. Women have picked guys that have been broke as dirt. Women have picked guys that's been rich as all get out. She still picked a man. It didn't have anything to do with what he built as far as a collective of society, because women don't pick the collective. They pick the one, or sometimes they pick the two or the three. So having a collective argument about your individual decision makes no sense. Because that's what that question presented. Because men having did something collectively, talking about building, now I can blame a woman. I mean, a woman is blame free from her individual decision. Collective and individual don't go together. Now, I'm sorry I figured that out, because I was pretty good at reading comprehension when I was in school. But collective and individual don't go together.
And that's deep. That comment coming from the state of Washington. Now, we're talking about Washington, the same dummies that live up under a volcano. Like, I want to hear anything they got to say coming from Washington. Hillbillies. I don't think it comes from them, man.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah, but that's really is no offense to anyone who stays in the state of Washington, but whatever. I mean,
yeah. But have you noticed though? Anytime we do build something, guess who's the first ones to tear it down? Actually, they send in their spies. I mean, let's just bring this up. I remember. It was funny though. It was Umar Johnson. And Umar Johnson was in Florida, and Umar Johnson was doing his thing. The government was so smart that they sent in a fine ass, big booty hotel woman, and it worked. And it dismantled him to where now he's still trying to climb back up, which I don't think he will never get back up, because they dismantled him and they did it with a woman. The
Now,
brainwash.
bro, as much as I appreciate you,
I
think
know,
the government did that. I think
I know, because now I'm beginning to see it, especially when he did this little $10 thing, and I'm like, yo, I think you got enough money now to even buy a damn town in Georgia. There's an empty town in Georgia, working everything. Ain't nobody there.
Did you see the nigga ask for his followers to find people so he could pull up? That was the funniest shit ever. I need you to find this bitch, nigga, cause I'm the papa is pulling up. The papa is gonna get in that ass.
Let's just get back to them though, and what we're saying about the whole culture. For some strange reason, they have been convinced that we are the enemy. Therefore, they give them the whole culture.
Well, I don't think it's such a strange reason anymore. I think that we know exactly what happened. It's been explained several times, and it's been explained to the point where everybody should have like a little worksheet. We know exactly what happened. I mean, we don't. There's no need to even pretend anymore. We know. It was, and I will tell you something. His Big Daddy government had something to do with it.
See, we go right back to them. They know how to keep us under wrap. They know, but you know what? They're gonna pay for this. They're gonna pay all the Western culture women. It ain't got nothing to do with black. They all gonna pay for their arrogance. Watch, man, because
then
go ahead.
They didn't. Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm responding to Cortez Smith. Umar really threatened people. Wow.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he threaten Tariq Nasheed?
Yeah,
when they was going at it.
Yeah, but see, they both went at it, and it's sad because if they would have worked together, man, it would have been a powerful force. But somehow the egos got in the way.
Yeah, egos clashed. He ended up getting with Tariq, and he was like, "I'm gonna call the goons. I'm gonna call the goons," and the goons. And in his phones, he pretended he was on the phone with one of the goons. He's like, "Nah, I got this." Like, "Nah, I got this." The nigga phone rang, so it was
embarrassing, man. But those guys would have done good. Remember now, we're the second. It's like whoever's been in the military, they can help me with this. We're that second force, because remember the first force was Tommy, Tariq, and all of those guys, and they was throwing the word nigga out there like it was going crazy. And then it all settled down because people say we need something else. Guess what? You guys are that something else because it's more logical, it's more common sense. The conversations are that level of conversation, such as this conversation now. Is this a whole society? Yes. We just got different level of hoes. You got hoes that they getting big money. You got a hoe in Florida who was an IG model who killed the fucking boyfriend, man. She unloaded 15 bullets in the dude.
God
It happened like 2 days ago. Too bad that ain't my brother, because going to jail would not be an option. She got to be got. So you went off because you're an IG model and he wasn't feeling you and my man was doing his thing. She unloaded 15 bullets in the dude. Not one, not two. That means she had to bust them all out, drop that chamber, put another one in, and keep shooting. Wow.
Well, they will do it. They will do it.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I'm reading this story right now.
See?
Instagram model 23 was arrested for murder after shooting ex-boyfriend 15 times during argument outside his Florida home. Oh, it was outside his house.
He was probably
he wasn't ready.
She might have been rejected, especially with the fact that she was at his house. I mean, I ain't gonna speculate too much because I don't know nothing about this story.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it don't take 15 bullets over no one argument. There was something else that was going on. It wasn't about no one argument.
Dude was at his house with his mom. Dude was at his house. So, again, men of across the board, they waking up. This just does not have anything to do with this culture. You got to understand people like Tom Likas was the Tom Brady of this shit. He was throwing bombs. Then he was throwing bombs. Then it comes down to you guys talking the same thing on this level, which now the common man can listen because it's like, damn, these dudes just like me. Guarantee you there's some white guys listening. Guarantee you there's some Iranian guys that's probably in Canada listening. Guarantee you. Once you come to this Western culture, it gives the woman the upper hand. Come on, y'all. You can either hit a dude up for child support and the child ain't yours. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, if you sign that birth certificate.
Oh,
They got right now. They got
to
it.
get you without.
Say it, somebody.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's even worse.
Yeah, they hitting you up like a chick. I think in Detroit signed this dude. Dude didn't even know about it, and I think it was a black judge. And I think she literally said, "You're lucky that the media is here." And I'm thinking like Al Capone. She lucky she living in this society because they'll go get her for what she said. And a black man, your hate for that dude was that much, and you didn't even know him, and said it like that. You're lucky the media here, or you will be going to jail. Ain't that a bitch? It was either Detroit or New Jersey. It was one of them. But I do know she was a hair hat. I do know that. That judge was a hair hat. So, and notice this, you guys.
Hey, guys.
Oh, it's Nureddin. We ain't seen you in a minute, man.
Yeah, I've been
What's going
working and, I've been working and getting all my stuff together. But I know a case you're talking about. It's his name is Cornel Alexander, and he was named Dad by default.
Yes. Shit.
It's on YouTube. It is, and in New York, where I live,
yeah,
you know that they have a thing, and you could look it up if I'm lying to you. It's called Equitable Estoppel Child Support, and here's how it's broken down. If let's say you are dating a woman and she has children or whatever, and let's say you and her break up for whatever reason, she can grab a receipt whether you bought the child a book bag or you bought them toys, and she can go right to the courthouse, say that he's played a role in my child's life, and she can get child support out of you and the baby's father.
Yep. All out of chaos.
Oh, they double dipping now, huh? They double dipping.
Well, again, and remember that you're gonna try to win across the board, because if you actually do that to the right man, you know what this man gonna do? He go into his closet, he go into that shoebox. Therefore, they got him in jail, which is free labor, and they got some free organs. They're diabolical. This Dr. Frankenstein shit is deep, man. It's deep. Mm-hmm. Again, that's why I like listening to you guys, because remember, goes back to the whole culture. The whole culture in mathematics and algebra equals money to the people who are doing the oppressing. It's about money. It ain't about nothing else. To them,
that's why they hate it when you escape. When you escape and go somewhere else, that's why they hate it.
I'm gonna go get my big piece of chicken. I'm loving this. I'm telling you, I'm loving this.
If you don't believe me,
talk like this.
If you do not believe me, Google New York State Child Equitable Estoppel Child Support. It's right there.
And it's in Canada.
You could be on the hook. You could be on the hook for that.
I mean, I believe it. They already been changing so many laws to in some kind of way it equates to doing the man in. So it's very easy to believe that they would make that type of change so a woman can now get money from two different guys. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous just by hearing myself say it. But the government is like that. At the end of the day, the government has an agenda too. So that's why, I always keep that in mind too. The government got an agenda too. There is nothing done with coincidence on those type of levels.
You have to understand something. Understand what we're $122 trillion in debt. I'm in Canada.
You got to get it out of somebody.
It's week 2. But here's the thing, y'all. If you sit back, just get some coffee and look. Ain't nobody getting married. Therefore, ain't nobody buying wedding dresses. Ain't nobody buying wedding rings. Ain't nobody buying baby clothes. They're losing. They're losing.
Toys R Us is done.
Yes, they're losing because
Toys R Us, Babies R Us. Jared's is gone. It's about to go. The Beers is finished. Yeah.
Because remember the source of their slavery, which is us. We woken up, man. It's like the movie They Live. We put on the shades and we saw the shit. And now we don't feel like stepping in the shit. We're doing the Richard Pryor thing. We're just walking around the shit. Well, can you help me change a flat tire? No, you want equality? You fucking got it. Good luck with this. Well, you could have held the door open for me. Shit. You buy your toilet paper like I
Shit.
buy mine. Go fuck yourself. I'm there now. I'm literally there now because they're coming at you looking for chivalry. You spit in my face because of it. What do you mean?
That's right.
So it's dead now. It's dead. God, man, listen. This God force.
That's why.
Go ahead.
That's why they hate it. That's why they hate it when you get your passport and you start venturing out and you see what's going on.
There's a big hate for that. I mean, I've never seen nothing like this before. There's educated women that put up some on YouTube and got mad because men saying that they're going out. And the dude in Chicago, who's an older fella, he said it. First of all, when I talk to any woman, he said the first thing I want to see is her credit report. Everybody laughed except him.
Oh, like, yeah.
You serious? They say, man, come on. I'm real serious about that. I'm real.
You mean on that movie Frustrated?
I don't know if it's frustrated, but I remember.
Yeah, it was Frustrated.
And the dude was
very frustrated.
Serious. The thing about it is they don't like the fact, they don't like this. They don't like these conversations. They rather for us to battle against each other. Nigga, this, I'll shoot you, I'll shoot you. They don't like this camaraderie. They don't like it on all levels. The black women don't understand it, but the people who control it, they listening. And I know they understand it because us coming together equals not putting money in their pocket, which goes back to you, Art. It's about that fucking worthless paper. Childbirths are down. Why? Motherfuckers taking their dick and they going home. They're like, I can't be losing. My friend lost. My friend living in his mama's basement, the woman getting $500 and she going back to court and get more and the court is rewarding her. That means I'm not getting nothing out of my shit.
Right.
I'm not getting a damn thing out of my shit. And props off to the brother, which I hate to give him props, but I understand his frustration. Like 2 years ago, there was a brother coming out of Texas. Brother worked at McDonald's, just trying to get his life together. The brother.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yep, the brother didn't mind paying child support. This bitch, we'll just say she's a dead one now. She got on Facebook talking all this shit, showing the money she got from child support. They took all of his money.
Well,
they took every drop of it.
And he went and did her in.
Yep, he did.
He went and killed her.
All the way to California. You don't go in the woods and slap a bear because you might get the right bear. And the bear's going to cancel that. For every reaction, there's an opposite but equal reaction. Nobody wants the whole culture.
You mean like a backlash?
Yes. Nobody wants the whole culture no more because it means the transferring of economics. I don't like economics.
Why do you think that they were? Why do you think that they were so hung up on Kobe Bryant's wife when he died? Why do you think they were so hung up on that?
To go back to what old boy.
Why do you think the sisters?
He talked about
sisters was coming after him.
One of the shows maybe a month ago, Black Men Being Brutally Honest. We talked about this. They were mad at the money that he left her. Damn it, the man was married to the woman for 20 years. How y'all gonna get mad about that? And they got upset because all the money going to a Mexican bitch anyway. Like, wow, okay.
Oh shit. Really? I got some of the memes that they were posting up and some of the messages. I think I have some pictures of that. I think I'll try to pull them up, but you should see them. You should see them. It is when I said despicable.
Yeah. Yes. Back to that, the whole culture, man. I've seen women get mad at Wesley Snipes for which I didn't know he had children, but I guess he does have children with this Asian chick. He was just walking his children across the street. The comments. In fact, Facebook.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, you got it. Facebook was so dirty that
I found one.
Dudes actually defended Wesley Snipes, and they were saying things about the women, and Facebook put the dudes in jail and let the women just keep barking. Back to that whole culture you was talking about, my man. It goes a long way.
Oh,
Not just a strip club. It's a mental power move that they have a false sense of power, which they're working with the chips of Willie Lynch. They will watch over. We can go to sleep now because they will watch over them for us. They are a problem. And now they talking about coming out and killing us and being upset because 15 guys jumped on the one girl, which I'm still asking questions. How did these 15-year-old guys, these 15 guys just jump out and beat up this girl just because?
Actually, it was 20. Actually, it was 20 of them.
I'm still asking. What?
There was 20 of them.
What? It wasn't just because. It wasn't just because.
Yeah,
What I've
don't
heard
even
so
make
far.
sense.
Yeah, what I've heard so far, because
they
I
shouldn't
don't
have
have
did
it
it.
verified yet.
Yes.
Well, what they've said so far, I have not verified it yet. But what I've heard so far, what happened was that girl had a fight with another girl, and then basically she got her people to get her back. So now her people, which happen to be those boys, caught up with the girl that she previously had a fight with. So it didn't just come out of nowhere. It
Wow.
came from negative behavior spreading.
There it is.
But
Back-
that's what I heard though.
There it is. There's the meme.
Hold on, nerd. Hold on. I'm saying that's what I heard. I have not gotten a verification on that yet. So I don't want people to, say he's spreading false information. I have not got it verified yet. That's just what I heard so far.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Oh, this is the meme. The writing for Kobe Bryant's death. It says, "Black woman, please do not mourn over a black man who won't be leaving his legacy and wealth behind for his black wife or black children. That man's death and legacy is wealth does not benefit you financially, spiritually. Stop crying over a man and begging for the affection of a man who never wanted you." That's what they're doing. This is from Lola America. She's chock full of nuts on Kobe Bryant.
That don't even make sense.
That was hours after he died.
Bro, but at the end of the day, we know that he was gonna get some hate regardless. We knew that was gonna happen anyway. But at the end of the day, nobody should take somebody like that seriously, because if black women wanted Kobe, they could have just married Kobe.
Oh.
Kobe was pursuing from.
But it gets worse. In the peak of their success, they ain't buying us mansions and burkas. So why do you? It was crazy. They're not buying us mansions, burkas. I was like, oh shit! Wow. I was like, wow.
So
wow.
All that's true.
It goes
it's disgusting.
That's
Here's the meat.
Though.
It's disgusting.
Goes right back. Consumption goes right back. I gotta buy you something, which goes back to you, the main host. It goes back to you. Where's the love? Where's the love? We made kids.
I just want to say that.
Say it again.
No, I just wanted to say that that's not. I wanted to say that it's not true, because at the end of the day, the average black man, even the ones that are the more successful black men, they're married to black women at 85%. So therefore,
that's right.
Even among successful black men, they're still getting the stuff that women claiming that they're not getting. The thing is, black women are allowed to push a bunch of false narratives. You know what I'm saying? It's okay by white supremacy that black women push false narratives, because it takes pressure off white folks, black men, and that's exactly where they wanted to keep it. That's what they wanted. So that's all. That's just a whole false narrative. Some crazy lady said that's what it equals to.
Yeah, we are the focus, though.
Well, if she's crazy, then this woman's insane.
Yeah,
go ahead. You should.
That's Lorenzo Weiss. That's Lorenzo. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, somebody wrote.
Okay.
Play that game. Okay, you gonna read it? Go ahead. David Monroe said something.
Dave Monroe, he said, "Don't play that game. Don't care why they don't even care why they jumped there. The question is, why should men care if we're so useless otherwise?"
See, David Monroe be saying some incredible
and this
stuff.
meme that says when.
Now, hey Roger, you were saying something?
Yeah, but
No, I was just saying David Monroe says some incredible things sometimes. That's all. Shout out to David Monroe.
Yeah,
That's all. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to
Yeah, but I'm also
talk about
looking at this
Stoic.
meme right here.
Yeah, they came out with some pretty disgusting ones. Yeah,
And
I think these were
especially
I think these were a bunch of chicks that were just trying to go viral.
yep, they did.
Yeah, plus plus they're disgusting chicks anyway. I mean, going viral ain't necessarily the best thing all the time. I mean, it is exposing you girls. Remember that shit.
It
And
is
it's
if you're
and it's
trying to get attention, and what most
and
chicks
also
are trying to do.
yeah,
yeah,
but
just like this one, just
lem-
like this chick right here.
okay, what does that say? I can't exactly.
That's Lorenzo. Oh, there it is.
Read it.
Oh,
Read it.
I'll get it. I'll get it. When random queens refused to show empathy towards Kobe Bryant's ultimate demise because he was married to a non-black woman. Okay, this is Lorenzo Wright's ex-wife. She had him killed.
Wait a minute. She was able to tweet out of jail? That's strange.
No. What I'm saying is,
I think that's
a
just
black
a
man.
meme.
Yeah, if they can't show any empathy when a black man is dead over an accident, they don't mind killing you. And you know what's so fucked up? She got with the killer. She hired him to kill Lorenzo Wright, and married the fucking killer. The boyfriend was a drug dealer.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's some evil ones in this world, but what we want to try to avoid here is sounding like them. Like
It's the pitfall.
it's like let me make this point real quick. I mean, when they say stuff like all these black men out here bashing black women, that's encouraging black men to go ahead and kill black women. What I don't want us to get us caught up in is
That's not
sounding
true.
just like them. Yeah, it is. I know
not
it's
true.
not true. But let's just turn around and say like when you say women who disrespect Kobe or also want to kill us, that kind of sounds like what they say. When it comes to so I mean, just but that particular bitch, that bitch was evil.
Yeah, that was. And remember we talked because you had a show about that, and I can remember, and I told you it really wasn't Gail or Oprah. Oh, they jumped on the train. The helicopter hadn't even been down a good hour. There were a couple of chicks who came on YouTube and vented their frustration and said what he said, and I'm like, that was just the ordinary hood rat that opened up the door. So their plan of separation worked. I mean, and I don't think they see it. It's only going to get worse for them because the system is just going to keep.
But they call us self-hating.
Yeah, well, they call us self-hating because our eyes are open and we see.
They're gonna call us everything but a child of God because there are so many men out there speaking up right now.
Yep.
They're gonna call us everything because that they feel like that's making us look bad to the people that we're trying to make them look bad to, and this is like all dreamed up just to discredit.
They're doing it all on their own.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I can't do that because they're doing it on their own.
Yeah.
But let me Stoic one said, why should his wealth benefit anyone aside to his family? I mean, like that's because it's too much like right. Let me put it like that. It's too much like right. I mean, I didn't when I heard Kobe Bryant died. That Kobe Bryant died in that helicopter crash. I mean, it wasn't any of my concern what he did with his money or where his money was going. True. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it goes to his family because his family, that was something that he built with him and his wife and his kids should get the benefit of his hard work. Period.
You mean this
or whomsoever he chose to leave his fortune to, that had nothing to do with us. Now, for those people who sit up there and say stuff like, where the money is going, how many black businesses do you go to per week? Like just on a regular basis? Since we're so concerned about where the money is going.
Mhm.
But that is a point I wanted to stress. But
He's
anyway, I'm
leaving it at
about
this.
to end this. Hey, I'm about to end this, so we're gonna get some final words out. So, anybody can start first.
Um,
This is Donnie. I just want to say, y'all check out my channel
well, I
tomorrow.
mean, I'm
Give
trying
shit
to.
for watching. I'm doing a Dear Donnie letter. It's gonna be real interesting. It's about a chick who essentially had a well kept man, and shit didn't work out. Aside from that, as far as the topic goes, these hoes ain't loyal.
Hey, Donnie, what is your show again? What is it again? I'm writing it down.
So tomorrow, I'm reading a Dear Donnie letter. So I've been doing these segments, telling people to write in.
Hey,
If you got a
hey,
story, something
what's
you
the
want
name
to
of
talk
your
about.
show? You talking about the
Oh,
name
you
of
ain't
your
shit for
show?
watching.
Yeah.
What is it?
You ain't shit for watching.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
but
got yeah.
yeah. So we're
Oh
gonna do the Dear
man.
Donnie letter tomorrow, and when I do the
Oh
Dear Donnie letter,
man.
we're gonna talk about this chick. They've been married for 10 years, and the dude cheated on her with a scraggly ass, stringy hair, dog hair, white bitch,
Oh,
who got 3 kids by 2 different niggas and live with her baby daddy. It's a
all
whole fucking mess. So
right.
I really want some fellas on there to give this woman her opinion. She gonna listen to it. I think she really torn, but we'll give it a good advice.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm.
All right, Nurin. Is something you'd like to say, sir?
All right. Whenever they say whenever they say you're self-hating and also the crazy stuff for dating a woman that doesn't look like them, ask them what does that mean? Because I see Mr. Alan Harper of this frustrated black the frustrated series, and he looked like he's having fun with this black woman, but she's not the black American woman,
Well,
it's a
like she's
black
doing
Brazilian woman,
cosplay.
and they'll still call you a self-hater. So ask them what does that mean? Ask them what does self-hate mean? Just because I'm not
Self-hate.
dating you, that I hate myself? I mean, because I think self and hate. I don't think those things can exist in the same space.
You know what though? That sounds
But
like that'll
I
be a
mean, you
good
got to ask
show
this guy
topic.
because he looks very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that
But
mean?
that sounds like that
Yeah,
sounds like a
those, I
good show
mean,
topic. Those self-hating. We need to cover that. What exactly is self-hate?
yes, yes,
Well,
yes. Am I self-hating in this picture? I mean, come on. This guy doesn't look self-hating. He looks protective.
Bro, you gotta
I
let
mean,
it
I
go.
mean,
You gotta let
you
it go.
know, hey, I'm just saying.
okay. All right. Thanks for
I gotta
coming to
ask.
Ridden.
All right, guys.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, Gerald.
I don't know. I might need to come up with that show. That title he just said, you just gotta let it go. I like that name. I like that. That was cool. The only thing I can say is buckle up, because tomorrow brings more issues and more problems. I say it again. You think you seen some shit today? Just wait for tomorrow. Got some more shit for you. Talk to
Oh
you
yeah.
guys
Oh
when I
yeah.
see you, man. All right.
That's that Pimp C right there.
All right, take it easy, girl. Take it easy.
Okay, man.
All right,
All right.
Roger.
All right. Final thoughts is everybody definitely check out the Roger Report. I'm throwing some good material on there like always. You should be subscribed. If you're not, stop playing with yourself because that's where you need to be. And I'll catch you guys next time around. And long live the habitual line steppers.
Yep.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. And here's my final top thoughts. I'll keep it short because I'm tired. If you don't want these, okay, first off, if you don't want these women to be hoes, first off, start in your home. Start in your home. Start with your family. And also, don't give them help in justifying such a lifestyle because a lot of them will use you to piggyback and justify a lifestyle. But at the end of the day, everybody does what they want to do. what I'm just want everyone to understand that there are consequences to such behaviors, especially if you are a female and you want to be a hoe. So I mean, like, I mean, the whole definition is very loose, but at the same time, either way it slices, it's not a title that you want sticking to you, and that not only comes from that not only comes from reputation, but behavior as well. So at the end of the day, it's probably best policy to not be a hoe. Okay. And anyway, that'll be it for me from now. I really enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you, DJ Kuda, for stopping by. Gerald, the Roger Report, Reigning Woman, Donnie, you ain't shit for watching. Please tune in to his channel tomorrow night. And the Reddit. I certainly enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next Sunday, possibly earlier than that. In Kev, we trust. Goodbye.
All
Long
right.